gun in my home state of California, a state with some of the most restrictive gun laws on the books. I never owned a gun before. I didn't want to own a gun, really. So why'd I get a gun? Well, I have a lot of opinions, and those opinions cause a lot of feelings. And I have a family, so I thought maybe I need a gun. I even sat down with my wife and talked to her about whether or not we should get a gun.
What do you imagine a gun is going to solve in that scenario?
So what you're saying is I should go buy a gun.
Wow, man. One of my favorite people on TV and off. He has the really powerful show that I enjoy watching, United Shades of America. He's entering a season 3 with CNN. That's 3 seasons of money, Heather B. You got to be happy for this.
I did that math.
Kamau Bell is back, baby. Did you do that? You did the math? You thought add that up?
I consider it back pay for all those years I wasn't getting paid. So.
I get that too, man. I get that too.
It's reparations for my ancestors.
There it is, man.
Get it back for what they did to
That's
the
right.
Cold
That's
Crush.
right.
Yeah, man. Cold Crush still pissed at him.
That's right. Moved to a neighborhood with a cul-de-sac staring at white folks. That's
There
what
it
I did.
is, man. All that.
Staying on the front lawn going, yeah, I own this house.
Yeah. Good track housing neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's important, man. You in a gated community?
No, I don't have that. I don't got like that. I don't got Anderson Cooper money.
Oh, yeah, well.
En route.
I don't got Don Lemon money.
No, Don Lemon money.
Yeah.
Don highly paid over there?
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? Those people who do those like the shows, the Monday through Friday shows?
Yeah.
Yes.
They making 7 figures, you think?
If you see Don not on CNN, he's living his best life. He's like he's flossing. It's all going well for Don.
You think they making 7 figures?
I mean, I don't know, but yes, I think they're making 7 figures.
That's why I don't go on their shows no more. You know what I mean? They ask you, can you come speak for 30 minutes or whatever? And it's like they making 7 figures. I ain't making nothing to come speak for 30
We got to get
minutes.
you a contributor deal. I'll work on that.
Would you, bro?
I'll work
got
on
some
that.
ideas.
I know you got some ideas.
Man,
I'll produce you.
Would you?
Yeah, I'll produce you.
Oh, come on, man. I'm usually the one. I would love to be produced by a great producer.
We'll make this happen. I'll take it. Can you take the whole crew or just you?
Yeah. Wait, hold up, BB. I was opening my mouth and his voice was.
It was like a ventriloquist. It was excellent.
Yep. Like I was heard myself saying, How that happened?
Are you trying to break up the band? What's happening?
Hold on, man.
Like, yeah. That was a good Sway impression.
No, you didn't see the whole crew in Death Wish, the movie, the remake?
Oh, yeah.
With Bruce Willis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my doing.
Heather B's looking at me like I'm in trouble, so I'm going to just...
I'm not saying anything. I think DB's in trouble.
No. That's just DB. He going for his when it's mine.
Coming with you.
I ain't mad at him,
Coming in
man.
hurting feelings.
Congratulations on season 3. Come on, Bill.
Thank you very much. Yes.
I'm going to tell you something that's interesting, even that clip we played, because this morning I was talking about the Canadian investigators are trying to put the pieces. Well, not even that.
Yeah.
We were going into the Nashville shooting,
yeah.
the Waffle House shooting.
Yeah.
And this young man, Travis Rankin, 29 years old, who killed, how many people did he kill now? 4 people. And had his guns taken away from him by the authorities, and they gave them to his father.
Yeah. You're white. You'll be all right.
Who does that?
White people for white people by white people.
Is that what that is?
That's what. Of course. Do you think if he's a black dude who got near the White House with guns that they were like, young man,
Yeah.
we'll give these to your dad. Now don't do it again, sir. That's as Paul Mooney says. That's the complexion for the protection.
Complexion for the protection.
Yeah.
And
think about that because I just read this in USA Today. He killed 4 people. We all know he did it. It's clear. He was taken peacefully into custody. Whereas at the Waffle House in Alabama, which is near Mobile where my dad lives, the black woman who went in looking for cutlery was wrestled to the ground. Her
Breast was out.
breast exposed for looking for cutlery.
Yeah.
White dude kills 4 people. Sir, just come in peacefully. Can I have some cutlery? They wrestle you to the ground with a black woman.
And had her breasts all exposed.
Yeah.
And she was sitting there. I know she said things verbally, but she didn't do anything physically.
No, but we can't make any mistakes. Black people in America, we can't make no mistakes. You can't just do nothing. That's the thing about the Starbucks thing that I've been talking about a lot is that we act like let's not focus on that Starbucks thing where those 2 black men were kicked out. Like that's the one bad thing that happened for black people. And I mean, I don't mean black people in this room. I mean white people in the country. Mm-hmm. If we fix that Starbucks, then we will have fixed racism. Yeah, it's all. It's exactly. Yeah, it's. I feel like America. People want to think that racism is individual acts, but they're all connected.
They're all connected.
It's all
break that down.
Yeah, it's
a mindset.
It's
right?
a mindset. And it's also like. it's all connected. Like to me, it's like going like that racism over there would be like if you're in a pool and somebody pees on the deep end. Oh, they peed in that end. I'm fine over here. No, we're all in the pool together.
Yo, pull up what Plies had to say because Plies said something really interesting, and I often go to Plies for my wisdom, and
Yeah,
Just put him up on my IG. Don't worry about it. I get it.
you get it right, and my insight, and he made a comment too about kind of what we're talking about now in regards to this Waffle House shooting. Good luck, OQ. I know I did that on the spot. You might be able to.
To any officer who may see this video, help me understand one thing. It just came across my phone, the Waffle House killer that y'all just arrested him, brought him into custody. Y'all knew before y'all went looking for him, he hadn't already killed 4 people. Y'all knew y'all was going to look for a murderer. According to sources, he still was supposed to have a gun on him. No different than the Parkland shooter. When y'all went looking for him, y'all already knew he hadn't killed people. Explain to me how y'all continue to find ways to rationalize with them, to compromise with them, and bring them into custody unharmed, unscathed. You ain't shot them, you ain't pistol with them, you ain't hit them with the billy club, nothing. But y'all can't figure out how to bring all these unarmed teens that y'all killing around the country into justice unharmed, unscathed.
That even brought us up this morning. We were talking about this topic, and we even brought up Dylan Roof.
Yeah. When they took him for a burger.
Hell yeah,
They
Burger
took
King.
him. He just killed 12 or however many more people. They said, "You hungry? Mm-hmm. You must have burned a lot of calories doing all that killing."
Yeah.
When we hardly ever mentioned the man who walked into the movie theater and shot people. Remember in Denver, in Aurora, Colorado. Aurora, yeah. He came out. They were able to arrest him and bring him in. You shot a movie theater up.
Yeah.
Come on, time to go.
Yeah. And meanwhile, black people regularly get killed by police when they don't even realize they're being killed because it happens so fast.
Yeah.
Think about like John Crawford III, who was in Ohio. He was in a Walmart holding a gun that he'd gotten off the shelf. He's on his cell phone. Cops walked in because somebody complained there was a black man with a gun, and they shot him. He didn't even see it happening. He's just on his cell phone.
And just died.
For commerce, he was in a Walmart where they were selling guns. He had a gun.
I retweeted something to this effect, and I had somebody hit me and say, "Sway, I love you, but I don't love you for what you're posting. I can't be with you on this one, man." He was a white guy.
Yeah.
And I
What?
Yeah, but it's like, hey man, look, you can still love me. Even though we don't agree on we don't necessarily agree on these things. But I couldn't understand how he could not see the problem in it. Mm-hmm. Well, who is that person? The person, the non-black, who cannot see the issue that we're talking about? Who is that person?
I mean, these are people who are taking their privileges for granted. We talk about white privilege, and I know it makes white people go crazy, but I'm on Sway, so it's cool.
Go for it, man.
Yeah. So we talk about white privilege, and there's and I feel the same way about white privilege as I feel about being 6'4". I got tall privilege.
Okay.
You know, because I'm tall. Tall people make more money. Tall people are considered better looking. Tall people, all these things that have been proven that that tall is better. But I'm aware of the fact that tall is better. So when somebody who's short says, "Can you help me?" I go, "Yes, I can help you."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But white people, they get so afraid of their own privilege that they don't want to use their privilege to help. Now, that's not all white people. Mm-hmm. I married a woke white woman. She uses her privilege to help. She has white people meetings in our house to wake other white people up.
How does she address that?
I'm not even invited to them because I'm not white. So
really,
black man, could you leave the house? I got to wake these white people up.
That's still racist now.
Well, no, I think if I stand in the corner like looking at them, you better wake up quickly. But yeah, she has community meetings in our house with other white people because it's like with white people who think they're woke, but it's about like you have to do something. You can't just be like retweeting people on Twitter. You can't just be like going to the march and rally when that happens. You have to be doing things every day. And I think that's what we have to get white people invested in, doing things especially the ones who are so-called our allies, or as Alicia Garza says, our co-conspirators. They have to be in the conspiracy with us. They can't just be talking about the conspiracy.
DB, you want to chime in on this?
No, I was just I was scratching my head actually. I was listening.
It's like, what the hell is this Negro talking about? Can we play that Plies clip again? I thought he was a comedian.
Okay, we're going to come back and open up the phone lines. United States of America with Kamau Bell. Season 3 premiere Sunday, April 29, 10 p.m. Call us 888-742-3345.
Because of racism.
Hey,
Why? All right, man, relax. Come on, Bell is here. So let's go through a few phone lines, and I don't care what color you are. I don't really care about that sort of stuff. But you know that 1790 U.S. Census that decided to separate us by color to deny people of their natural human rights has been sticking really strongly now, and so folks believe that there is a such thing as white and black. You know, so we got to kind of play along with this, Kamau.
These are the black cards we've been dealt.
These are the cards we've been dealt. So, what are your thoughts, especially if you're non-black? I'd like to hear from you as well. Let's see. Mac is in Denver. Mac, what up, Mac?
Mac
Big Mac, what's poppin'?
Hey, what's going on, Sway?
Big Mac,
How are you guys?
Doing okay, man. Now, what are you? What is your ethnicity, if you will?
So I am white, like white. I'm Danish and I'm Irish.
Okay.
That's white.
Double scoop.
So I can appreciate why people think that there's like this rift between white and black, especially when it comes to guns. But in reality, a lot of and I'm former military, by the way.
Okay.
A lot of pro Second Amendment people don't care if you're black, white, Asian, brown, yellow, purple, Muslim, Christian, whatever. That's something that was created by the racists, like the National Socialists that support Trump and people like that. However, it's easy for me to see the difference in treatment with black people and brown people and white people regarding police officers. I think it's a huge problem. And for me, being pro-Second Amendment, that's the entire purpose of being pro-gun. It's not to go hunt. It's not to shoot a deer in the face. It's to protect yourself. It's defense. And that's why, in particular, minorities should be as well armed as any other group, because they're the most ill-treated, and especially women of color, and especially trans people and gay people. They're the ones that are the most vulnerable in our society. Therefore, they should be the ones that are protected the most. But we don't do that, and you can see it clearly.
My gosh, what planet are you from, Mac?
Start to play "God Bless America" behind him.
My gosh, I saluted you as you would. Mac, are you Mac? Mm-hmm. Mac, are you there?
Knows his shit.
I'm here.
What's your Instagram? I'm about to start following you. What's your Instagram?
You don't want to follow my Instagram. It's mostly shoes. I'm a shoe guy.
So Sway.
Brown shoes, black shoes, white shoes, purple shoes, Muslim shoes, any kind of shoe.
Do me this. Follow me at Real Sway, and then shoot me a DM. Okay?
Okay, absolutely, I will, for sure.
I appreciate your commentary. I mean, you know what? A lot of folks who aren't black, you know, they run from this conversation. I don't know if they feel guilty because of others' actions or whatever the case, and they live in denial that what he's saying, there is a difference, man.
There's a difference.
Yes.
And if you're denying it, man, I don't know. You can't deny.
But I do think the Second Amendment argument is hard for black people. I mean, I certainly know black Second Amendment advocates, black people with guns.
Yeah.
But it's also a thing where it's like people are joking about the dude John Shaw who disarmed Ryan King, the guy who shot the people, that he threw the gun over the counter because the cops would show up and he's holding a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was probably a real thing. Like, I better get this gun out of my hand because, it's what is the brother in Baton Rouge, the Philando Castile? Was he? He told the cop, I got a
gun permit. I got a gun.
Yeah.
I got a permit. I'm going to reach for it.
Yeah. Most of the rights and privileges in this country, they don't apply equally to black and white people.
We got Rachel on the line from Arizona.
Hey, Rachel.
Shit, what's up? So I work in a school district, predominantly black and Hispanic in South Phoenix. And
what are you? Are you black or Hispanic?
I'm white. I'm Serbian and English.
Okay.
But qualified ethnic in my heart and soul. So anytime that I stand up or advocate for the mistreatment of black students, I get blocked from the school. I've had over 100 jobs in this state because of my advocacy for whether it's an inmate, a behavioral health client, a student, whatnot, or just being outspoken and trying to get people to do the right thing. And the problem with society is, the people in power, leaders in the community, are not holding people accountable that are doing wrong things. Like, if police officers were being held accountable, that bullshit wouldn't be happening. But then I started thinking, look at all the black people that were killed back in the days as they were progressing as a people. And I said something on Facebook the other day, not saying it's okay, But I feel like that's what's happening, and I don't understand why. Like, it makes no sense to me. And I don't like people that are doing wrong. How can they live their lives and feel any kind of happiness or think that oh my God, I'm just like, I'm at a loss for words because I have so much to say, and I really appreciate you guys having these conversations. And there are people like me in this world. I don't know any, but, you know, and all I hang around is black people. So I don't even like being around white people.
Okay, well, damn. Rachel, what's your last name?
Rachel Dosai?
Phillips, Phillips. I call you guys all the time and talk shit. That's a real shit.
Rachel was ready for it.
All right, you're a
That's
citizen,
fam.
Rachel.
Sway
Thank
the
you.
water.
You thought she was Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal, she got, you know, that doc on Netflix now, though.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Kamau Bell is here. His new show, new season of his show, The United Shades of America, is 10 p.m. Sundays on CNN. Make sure you watch it. Tracy, you had a quick comment you wanted to make?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, as black people, what should be our best approach when we're trying to awaken white folks who don't get it?
Unfortunately, it's not a fun approach. You have to, you talk about when teachers teach to the level of the class.
Right.
You have to have the patience to teach to the level of the white person you're talking to.
That's key, right?
And it's not good because sometimes you got to start with so there was a thing called slavery. You know what I mean? You got to start at a real basic level before you can get to the prison system, public school system, all these other systems that are keeping black people oppressed. So, but you have to have patience, and you also have to listen to a lot of bullshit. Mm-hmm. If this relationship with this white person is worth it, you have to listen to a lot of bullshit from them because they're just trying to. A lot of people have never talked about this stuff. And they're venting it out. And so you have to sit there and go, even though they're saying things that are wrong, you have to have the patience to listen to some bullshit, like a kid who's saying 2 + 2 is 5. Okay, all right. Let's write this down on paper and look at it. You know what I mean? I think you have to have that level of patience.
I need training.
Jonathan's in Denver. What up, Jonathan? It's Jay, y'all. John, what up, baby?
Jonathan.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, bro? Go ahead. What's your comment?
Yo.
Hey, so first off, let me say much respect to the whole crew and Kamau. I really appreciate you. Love everything you've done.
That's what's up.
Thank you, brother.
Let me say, so I know this opinion is going to be unpopular, but unfortunately, because of my job and just the situation that I've found myself in, I've had to take a step back and look at the situation critically. So a lot of people say I'm pro-police, I'm pro-law enforcement, but that couldn't be further from the fact. The fact of the matter is, I just know that, like Kamau just said, sometimes you have to teach to the level of your audience, right? And that being said, the argument that we sometimes use, like, that police always find a way to bring white suspects in or white assailants in without harming them, that's just factually untrue. The fact of the matter is, white men get killed at a much larger number, not percentage number, than black men do. It's just not reported in the media. Which leads to the question is, why is the media always trying to rile black people up, get us in our emotions so we're not thinking clearly by announcing that another unarmed black man was killed? Why not just another unarmed person? That's first point. Second point is, we cannot use the logic that the same white people who are oppressing us and in many cases killing us are using when they kill an unarmed black man because he looked dangerous. Well, the one black man that I encountered before, the 20 other I encountered before were dangerous, so this one's probably dangerous too. We cannot, as people who are suffering under that logic, apply that same logic to the officers because it starts to invalidate our argument that there is a problem. When we start to say that, well, all cops, if this cop did his job correctly in Tennessee and took the suspect in without killing him, then he was doing his job correctly. But the cop who in, say, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who killed Philando Castile, he obviously did his job incorrectly. The two are basically apples and oranges. But we can't throw a generalized blanket over the entire situation. So you have to look at each cop. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and finish. I'm gonna let Kamau.
We have to look at each situation on its merit and apply justice for us as the situation merits. That's basically my only point.
That's a good suggestion.
First of all, I knew it was going to be bad news when he started off complimenting me. That's how that works. I pay attention to everything you do. I'm a big fan. Here's where you're wrong. That's why I knew it was coming down that route. I know. I'm just being funny, but don't worry about it. Is it the idea? I think that, first of all, I think there's a lot of things you said, so it's hard to sort of get through all of them. But I think the issue in this country is that cops represent themselves as one unified group across the country. You've never heard a police department, and not that in my memory, have you heard a police department say another police department did wrong?
Right.
Also, you don't hear police departments. Very rarely do you hear them say a cop did wrong in one of these videos where we see a cop doing wrong. So police often represent themselves as the thin blue line is what they call it. Blue Lives Matter. They're representing themselves as one group. So I think it would be hard for us to then see them as individuals. Also, you generally only see the cops when something bad is happening. Or something dangerous. So we don't. There used to be a time they called it community policing, where cops walk through neighborhoods and walk the beat, and you got to know your local police officers. But cops only don't do that in black communities for the most part. I think you do it in Camden, New Jersey. So we don't have individual relationships with these police. So the idea is that the police don't know the A student from the gang member. They only know that black people in this neighborhood have done crime.
Yeah. Jonathan, are you in law enforcement?
No, actually, I do gang intervention. I'm a former gang member. I'm an ex-con. I got a DLC number 99223. But I'm a community advocate, community leader. I actually run a program here in Denver. Now I don't run the program. I'm part of a program here in Denver called Cops and Kids. It's a partnership with the My Brother's Keeper Initiative and the Office of Independent Monitor, which is actually the organization that we review every one of the cop shootings. And so we have done over 100 forums with young people and officers from the community. And these are like 6-hour forums where there's no holds barred. Everything is on the table. There's small group discussions, and the kids get to say, we don't like y'all cops because X, Y, and Z. Y'all need to get to know us. Y'all need to be part of the community. What Kamau was talking about, the community policing model. Yeah. I'm a student of that. I've been studying that for about 4 or 5 years now. So I completely get it. That's where I'm coming from with this suggestion that we really have to take a step back and look at the situation critically and say, look, what's working and what's not working, and how do we get to a better resolution?
Okay.
I appreciate the work you're doing, brother, and I would love to be able to sit down and talk to you more about this stuff. So I want to be clear that there can be all sorts of ideas in here.
Okay. Hey, but why don't you hit him up? Come on, what's your social media?
At W. Kamau Bell.
Why don't you send him a DM and mention Sway in the Morning, Jonathan, and perhaps he could come to your town next time he does United Shades of America.
That's nice.
All right?
That'd be dope.
All right, brother. Thank you for your call and your input.
Now you got people slipping in my DMs?
Yeah, man. Why not? Your wife won't mind. All right.
It's okay. It's a black man. What?
Come on. Thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And you guys, make sure you support him on W. Kamau Bell on social media, United Shades of America. Season 3, Sunday, April 29th, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for having me.
It's Sway in the Morning, only on Shade 45.